My name is Tony. This is another series that I have in cooking. This time I want to show you how to cook a Peruvian dish called ceviche. It is a raw fish. It is cooked in limes. It's cooked in limes only. You do not use any type of fire or any type of heat. It's cooked in its natural juices. Now the ceviche is a recipe from the Inca and the Pre-Inca of Peru of South America. The recipe is about 1500 to 2000 years old. As they went through the Inca trails, and they traveled by hundreds and hundreds of miles, they would catch the fish, they would fillet them. The citric fruit was everywhere, and they would just squeeze it into the fish, and that would cook it. And that's how they survived when they went through the jungles at the time. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm first going to show you the basic ingredients, and you will see the ingredients at the end of this video. This one's a little bit complicated. It takes a little bit of time. There's several procedures, so let's see if we can get through this thing. Now, to cook this dish, we have various types of seafood which we use, and the seafood, I like that to be pre-cooked because it could be contaminated, it could be something in there that can harm you, so I like that to be cooked. Now the fish I'm using is a medium firm fish, which is a tilapia, and it has to be fresh. It cannot be frozen. So I have these pre-cut for me from a fish, or you can pick it already filleted. And what I did was I have it cut into basically 3/4 inch cubes, ready for marinade. I had already boiled some nice clams, from small to the big ones just for decorating here. And when you pre-boil this, it's a good idea to put a plastic foil over them to keep them fresh so they do not dry out. Also, I have some mussels which are pre-cooked too, ready for this dish. And at the same time, we have some shrimp here, which I would take the shrimp, remove the tails, and remove the skin completely, or the way I like to do it is I like to leave the tails on. And also what we have here is we have some other ingredients. We have some garlic here, which is minced for the second application, and we have whole garlic, which will go into the blender. We have some chopped celery, some sweet peppers, which will go into the second application. We have some sliced red onions, which will go into the second application, and then we have some ginger minced for the second application, and we have one piece of ginger will go into the first application, which will be the blender. Now I have just finished cutting all the fish, and like I said, the fish I'm using is a tilapia. It's a medium firm fish. You can use basically any type of a white, clean, firm fish. Just ask your person that sells them which fish is firm and no bones. So now here we got the blender, and the first thing we have to do, in Peru what they do is they squeeze these lemons, but it's a lot of work. So what I did was I already bought some 100% lemon juice, and I will take that and I'll pour that all into the blender like that. The whole thing, 100% lemon juice. There we go. And now what I do is I add 2 cloves of garlic and my piece of ginger, about 2 tablespoons of olive oil into the blender, and a couple of dashes of hot pepper. Not too much if you don't like it. I like it, so I put a little bit more in, and a touch, just a touch vinegar, and a little bit of ground pepper, and just a little bit of kosher salt. There we go. And what I will do is take a little bit of parsley, not more than that, just to give it a little bit of color, and we put that in. Now we close that, and we turn that on, and we turn it into a liquid. And there we go. So now we pull that out. Use a deep bowl because you're going to add more applications to it later. And in that bowl, what you do is you take the fish and you pour that into the bowl like that. And then you grab your mixture of the lemon juice and the things, and you pour that all on top like that. There you go. Now what you do is this concoction here of lemon juice in the fish has to go into your refrigerator. It will not work. Now what happens is that the limes actually now cook your fish, marinate and cook it. It will take about anywhere between 8 to 24 hours in the refrigerator. So now you're going to cover this with plastic and you're going to put this into the refrigerator. Okay, I'm back. I now have the marinade of the raw fish that has been marinating for 12 hours. To this marinated fish, we're going to add now the mussels. We add the mussels in there. We remove the large clams for later. We put in our clams here. We add that in there. We take our shrimp, which has already been pre-cooked and peeled, and we add that in there. And we now take the pepper, the garlic, except for the onions, and we put them in there. And now we have a mixture, everything in here, and we turn that around. And now with this, we put it back in the refrigerator for 1 hour. Seafood melody now has now been marinated for the last hour. The fish has been marinated for 12 hours. And now we're ready to put it all together. We have a presentation plate here. I have lettuce, which I have already washed and drained properly. And I'm putting that onto the plate like this to make it look really, really nice. Now what we do is we take the seafood melody and we bring it and we put that all on top of this plate here. And we take these larger clams and we put them here to make them good. And I have already pre-boiled some potatoes and sweet potatoes, and we take those and we put some sweet potato here, some sweet potato here, some regular potatoes here. Now we take the onions that we have pre-sliced and we sprinkle that all over the top like this. Okay, and I'll just put it on this side here like that. We take some fresh parsley. I'll bring that over here. And we chop up the fresh parsley. And we sprinkle that all over the top. And then what we do is we take some of this toasted large Indian corn, it's called, and we take that and we sprinkle that all over the top. And then we come back here, we get some of this delicious lime sauce, and basically that is it. Our seafood melody, a little variation to the Incas. My friend, you got to get in the picture. What do you think of the ceviche?
Delicious. Absolutely delicious. Delicious.